Am I shiny?
No.
Okay.
And we're going to
Am I
roll
shining?
in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to this episode of Away with Words, the podcast. It's your girl, Bree Stories.
It's a Tati.
And it's MJM Kid.
Good job, Tati. And we have a guest. Not so much of a guest anymore at this point, though, right?
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Steve. Are we calling you Steve?
You do, Steve.
Did we do that last time?
I don't remember.
That's all I've ever said.
Oh.
It's weird.
What else would you go by?
It's weird. Like, my fam calls me Stevie randomly.
That's cute.
I like Stevie.
You know,
Yeah.
usually Steve for everything else. And then when somebody's like angry, they're like Steven. And I'm like,
Oh, I
That's
would
like-
probably call you Steven.
We're going to call you
Not,
Steven.
I'm not angry
Oh, my
though.
Yeah.
But
Thanks for opening that
I typically
can
call
of worms.
everybody by their like full names.
Truly.
I just like it.
okay.
Yeah. So Steven's here.
Yep.
And Steven is well equipped.
Stevie,
with
if you're nasty. I like that.
Stevie, if you nasty. That's actually the worst.
I couldn't picture that.
Like sexually Stevie?
Like with Jocelyn.
Stevie.
Yeah.
Say
Stevie. She say Stevie.
Oh, my God.
Okay, guys. Focus. Yeah, Steve's gonna talk to us today about something super important. So tune in.
About something super important.
First, we should do some list, right?
Yeah. So, what is one superficial icebreaker you have? I mean, not icebreaker, deal breaker you have when it comes to dating?
I'll go first.
Yeah, you will.
Your hands cannot be small.
Oh, okay.
Cannot have small hands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dang, that's hard.
Agreed. Across the board.
I like big hands.
Or at least normal
Like if I'm holding your
sized,
hand,
but small.
no. But when I'm saying small, I'm like, if we hold hands and your hand is the same size as mine, and I don't really care your gender. Shout out to our friend Dana LeRae. I used to pick on her when we were kids because she had tiny hands. I
Yeah.
mean, terrifying.
So if you were with a woman, you would want her to have big hands?
I would want her hands to be bigger than mine.
Wow.
Yeah, they don't have to be big, but bigger than mine in some way. Maybe girthy, maybe wide.
Girthy.
But yeah, I want you to have a wide palm, long fingers, manicured nails.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Bet.
It's giving like
Don't come to me
like
yet.
little spoon energy. Like that's
Me?
No, not you, but you don't want the little spoon energy. That
Oh, yeah, I want to be the small spoon. I want to be the smallest spoon in the drawer.
Steven.
Like, where do spoons
Let's
go?
see. A superficial deal breaker. You know what? You just like can't be dirty. Like,
Word.
I mean, because
That's real.
that's the thing. Like, if I walk somebody to their car and their car is like junky as fuck, it's like, what are you doing? You living out your car?
Absolutely.
I usually will crack a joke, and they're like,
Yeah.
"No, I'm about to go get it." I'm look here. I will pay for it to get back
Word.
and like clean. Please go to the car.
Bitches do be
please
having
go.
junky cars.
Like, what is up with that?
Agreed.
Not all bitches, but some bitches.
Yeah.
What is up with
I
that?
got a couple friends. Well, I only feel like I can talk because I haven't had a car in years. But I don't know how I used to. I don't remember how I used to keep my
I
car.
don't think it was dirty.
It was never dirty.
No. I don't think
Oh,
you had that
my
much
nigga.
stuff in it either.
Was it dirty?
No, but I remember one time getting in your car and there was like a random bag of sand.
What?
A bag of sand.
What was going on
And
with
you
you?
were like, excuse that sand.
What were you doing?
I don't know.
I feel like it had to have been like your mom's or like maybe some type
Oh,
of
something
project or
decorative?
something. Yeah, like she probably was doing
That's
something with
hilarious.
it. But it was like a bag of sand in your backseat and it had like spilled over.
Oh, it did. Okay.
Like a little bit. And you were just like, excuse that sand.
Your memory is unmatched. I
It
love
is
that.
unmatched. That's
It's
ridiculous.
hilarious.
That it was very hilarious at the time as well. I was like, okay, superficial. I have to. I think you have to have all your teeth.
Oh, well, I would hope.
Yeah, I think I would like
All
you
of
to
them,
have
though?
all of it.
What about the ones? What about the molars and stuff? That's not our business. Like, if
Or
you
at
missing
least,
a
or even
molar-
if you don't have all your teeth, to the naked eye, I have to think you have
Right.
all your teeth.
Right.
Like, yeah, if you know, that's
You
your
gotta be
own
specific.
personal business, like whatever you got going on. But as long as when you smile, I see teeth.
Yeah.
is what's important.
No, the mouth really does matter. That'll be a close
Yeah.
second for me.
and like in
anything.
hygiene and like
I
you
would say
said,
anything with the mouth.
cleanliness. Yeah, like hygiene of the mouth. Like you have to. I need your teeth to be white,
honestly. I cannot visibly see
and
your
your
plaque.
breath has to.
I cannot
Yeah.
visibly see.
Yeah.
No, don't
Yellow
explain that
teeth.
anymore.
Or you know what's the worst? This is
No,
disgusting.
teeth and mouth.
Have
are
you ever
amazing.
noticed like the backs, the behind people's teeth, like their heart?
Have we seen them?
Have we?
That's the worst to me.
Have we
Like
seen it?
that's almost worse than having visible plaque up front. Like
Oh,
Ew.
will vomit.
I don't even
No,
be
yeah.
around people
because
like
every
that.
time I'm thinking about like us tongue kissing, it's like I have
No.
to put my tongue in there.
Ew.
It grosses me out.
Like you're scooping out the bacteria with your
It
tongue.
grosses me
Gross.
out. It makes
Because
me
that's
feel
what's
so
happening
gross.
if your mouth is dirty. So yes,
my God.
but the
Don't
whole
ever say
mouth
scooping
and like
out.
lips can have dry lips, all that.
Yeah, the mouth is really important.
Yeah.
The mouth is very
Veneers?
important.
Like I
They
said,
can't be. They can't.
I
hey.
said to the naked eye, I have to think you have all your teeth.
No,
What
but
about
your
new
veneers cannot be. Yes, them chiclets, them big ass.
Or they can be huge.
That's what I'm.
like,
Oh no, that's what I mean. Not chiclets, but like them big ass like.
yeah, like a
block-
horse. Yeah, it can't be like that.
And that's
Hey,
what the
y'all
girls
are
are
crazy.
doing. The girls are going to somebody's dining room and getting their fucking veneers done. I've seen on the internet. Y'all, it's not that deep. I swear. Just go to a dentist. Just
I
pay
mean,
the
I'm
bills.
all for like getting your teeth done. Like
None
if
of
that's
us are
something that you
above
want to
that.
do,
Go
but
to
just
a real dentist.
do it right.
and pay it off.
Proportionally.
Yeah, just like getting any work done.
Yeah.
Do it the right way.
Just do it right.
Like,
Proportionally.
Why would you
Yes.
let somebody tinker with your mouth?
Yeah, your mouth.
That's crazy. Like if like it's one thing to like go to a basement and get your ass done. That's wild as fuck too. But your mouth,
Yeah.
so much of our health is dependent on this area. You know,
It is
it's
true.
crazy. Whatever, Michael, you're superficial.
I mean, it's definitely. I look at the mouth first, but then I feel like I go down to like your shoes,
Ooh.
yeah.
like the kind of shoes you're wearing.
Oh, the
I'm
kind
gonna
of
ju-
shoes.
Yeah.
The way somebody dresses was my close second.
Yeah.
Like,
Y'all wouldn't want to date me.
Why?
I do date
I'm
you.
terrible with my shoes. My shoes be.
We've been dating for years.
I mean, no.
I know, but like
Totally
I'm
fine.
not. I'm
I
not
just want to
the
see your
shoe
style,
girl.
and if it's just like.
But you're
yikes.
cute.
I'm talking about.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
And I
what
also,
do you mean?
and with that, I would say foot size too.
Word.
I want your foot to be bigger than mine.
I'm about to say, I
Yeah,
was
'cause you
imagining
don't-
you
'cause
being
you don't
like,
have a
because I
real
like
big
small
foot.
feet.
I mean,
was
it's
imagining that.
a 10.
Okay.
So 10 and up.
That might be a little unreasonable. Don't
I
you
mean,
think?
everybody have.
Oh, he said not for me.
So,
Period.
yeah.
I love that. Okay, now let's do a quick check-in, shall we?
Okay.
Thank you for that,
Okay.
Tati. I thought that was a fun one.
That was fun.
You're welcome.
Who would like to start?
Yeah.
I'll start.
I'll
Oh,
go. Okay, good.
okay.
Oh, well, who will?
All right.
I'll go. Physically, a little sweaty. Just because it's moving around down here. Emotionally, lots of joy. My attention is on my sobriety.
I love that. I love that.
I'm not drinking.
I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, it's been fun so far.
Yeah.
And spiritually, I am aligned.
Word.
True. Okay.
Where she want to go?
Physically,
You like to, she's so thirsty.
physically, I am feeling. I don't know. What am I feeling physically in this moment? I have a little bit of a headache.
Oh.
It's just a
Food? You hungry?
smidge. I am a little hungry. By the end of this episode, it'll be full blown, but
Yeah.
just a little right now. Emotionally, I feel joy. I always feel joy here. And my attention is still on summer, shout out to all my fellow educators. We almost out that jam,
Period.
so summer is fast approaching. And spiritually, I feel blessed.
Love that.
I'm gonna get it right this time. Let's see.
You got it.
Physically, I feel good. Random fact, I've never really had a hangover for real.
I love that.
Yeah, I was out.
I think
with
you
some
said that
friends.
before.
Yeah,
Here.
I'm like one of the only people I know that can be out really late and then get right back up really, really early.
Lucky.
I
and
want to
be
know
fully
what that's
functional.
about.
I
It's
love
so
that.
crazy. Emotionally, I'm happy, you know, and not like the general happy, but it's just like I'm feeling joyful. I'm very grateful for everything that I got going on. You know, just optimistic for the future.
I'm so
What's
sorry.
wrong with you?
No, it's cool.
I don't know what's
here.
happening.
No, I just as the more words that he said that were synonymous with like joy, my face was just like it was like hypnotism.
I thought you were looking at my teeth.
No, I was not looking at your teeth.
They're all there.
You can count them.
And they're clean.
Thank you so much.
We would have never had a bad.
Yeah, like literally.
They were.
So funny.
No, I'm just kidding. That's
My
not how we choose our guests.
focus, my brain is always on a whole bunch of different things. But when she was talking about focus, I just thought about something. My focus is on shameless plug.
Aw.
These gifts that I got today.
Oh, yeah.
From Bree Stories and the Way Work Podcast crew. A nice little hoodie.
Yeah.
I like it. I hate that we always say little in front of everything.
We do
I
say that.
You know?
I've learned
Get a
not to
t-shirt.
think. I've learned not to think much of that because
Okay,
you know
good.
we got black mamas. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice little t-shirt. You know?
Period.
We
I
stand.
love this. We
period.
stand our
And we do
friends.
stand our friends
Yes,
here.
we do.
That's why we bring friends back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Thank you
so
for coming
much.
back.
Thank you.
I think you.
Third.
Yeah, this is your
Yeah, I was about to
third.
say you neck and neck with Dana at this
Or
point.
fourth.
This is your fourth
Filming,
time.
fourth filming.
Oh,
third.
this is also maybe you beat.
Dana, yeah.
Oh,
Dana got some competition, girl. You
wow.
better come back and better come with it.
Come on,
Oh,
Dana.
dang.
Spiritually,
Yes.
I'm not gonna say a line because I don't want to copy you.
can.
I am feeling a line. Spiritually, I'm feeling motivated. I just got back into rereading scripture too, so
Nice.
Oh, that's what's up.
Love that.
I got an accountability partner too.
That's good.
So we
That
we on
helps.
it with each other.
I love that. Well, physically, I'm feeling creative feelings. Emotionally, I'm feeling joy and comfort and calm. I walked 4 miles today, which I haven't done
Today?
in a long this morning.
Tell me what time you got up.
Yeah, I'm like, wow.
It wasn't that early. I
Oh.
think I was out of the house by like 6:50.
Okay.
And I walked on the trail, and then when I was turning around, it was like 7:30, and I was like, I might as well wait for Whole Foods to open and get a kombucha. So I did that, and then I got a chai that I brought here. I've been drinking it for hours. But yeah, so I feel really good on a physical and emotional level. I think that things like that is always just a good way to start your day. My attention is currently on. I feel very
Ooh, I like that.
youthful.
I feel.
Yes, exactly. I feel very youthful. Like
Yeah.
I've been really
Out.
outside, really like boy crazy and flirty. Like I love that feeling, especially when there's no outcome attached.
Exactly.
I'm not like talking to anyone and like have anything planned but like just being around niggas and flirting and just being cute. That is my jam right now. I'm
Hey,
really,
summer.
really, really enjoying that. And spiritually, spiritually, I'm feeling very trusting,
That's fantastic.
as always. I think. Take it away, Steven.
So on this episode,
No, please.
I didn't do any like rehearsing for this, but
As you should have.
We never do.
Yeah, we never did.
Never.
I will say is that one of the things I'll say that I appreciate about being on this show is that everybody has very constructive thoughts, very constructing perspectives. So they all kind of aid in the grand. I won't say the grand scheme, but the great idea of what makes sense, what's logical, and
Yeah.
what's right, what's good. And I appreciate that. And so just when I think about talking about certain topics, I think about you guys and how you guys would come into giving your perspectives on certain things.
I love that.
And so, of course, social media is just huge with our generation.
It
First
is.
of all, I know this is super random. I think we were like freshmen in high school. Anybody else class of 08?
Not at all.
No.
I just tell my age.
That's okay.
I mean, we all in high school at the same time.
I
Yeah.
just remember we couldn't even be on. You had to have a college
Yes,
ID to
to
even
be
be
on
on
Facebook,
Facebook.
yeah.
And I remember we were trying to get on Facebook.
Yes.
But we were on tag.
Yes.
I mean,
was
we're
like-
09.
Yeah.
Well, me and
We was
JM,
thirsty for tags.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
2020, and I remember that.
Yeah,
because my
definitely.
brothers
Yeah.
were on Facebook, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was so dope.
Yeah, but even back
They
then,
ruined it.
we didn't look at it like that wasn't like something that was validating for us. You
Right.
know, like we were like it was all about
This show was not.
being outside. It wasn't like
We used to do wild shit on Facebook.
Yeah.
We would just upload our whole folder. Like we would take
the whole thing.
literally
Yeah, you're
like
right. The album.
the
Yeah.
candids, the off, like the ones that were
Mm-hmm.
blurry. We would just put the whole fucking thing on Facebook. That's insane.
And I took pictures, so I put
Exactly.
everything on there.
Everything.
That's true.
It was a good day. It was a good time.
it was. I mean, you go back. I kind of cleansed mine a couple
Oh,
years
me
ago.
too.
definitely.
Yeah.
I had to.
Too many pictures like drinking and
canceled.
a whole bunch of like really.
Tell you
wild
what, I
stuff.
would be canceled in these
By
streets.
now, oh my.
A lot of stuff is private. It's blocked.
Yeah, that's
Everybody.
what most of mine. I just made like my albums.
I wish I
private.
would have because I went and I erased everything, and I do regret that.
Oh.
That I don't have
Just delete
access
it?
to that. I deleted everything.
Oh,
It was a rough time at some points.
no, I feel it.
That's okay. Continue.
But
please.
I only say that to say like that wasn't, that was a time where we were more focused on what was right in front of us.
Yes.
I personally, I think, even though we were in high school, it helped with being a little bit more self-aware and worrying about yourself versus worrying about what everybody else got going on. We actually called people and talked about certain things.
Yeah.
We're actually outside and we didn't need that for validation, but
Yeah.
it's just so crazy now. I remember I actually had taken a social media cleanse not too long ago and got back on, and it's just, I think that the first thing I started noticing is that, there was this one page, I'm not really going to get into the name of the page, but, or should I?
XXX.
But it's just one of those pages where they talk a lot about like dating in the black community. Oh, you thought I was talking about some?
Yeah, I
no,
thought
no,
it
no.
was-
That's the page.
Well, the sexual page, no. But no, it's like they highlight people's opinions about certain things in the dating community. Even the whole thing with like Kevin Samuels dying and people like some people glorifying that. Like, I mean, regardless of your opinion of a person, you should never like just glorify them like dying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Agreed.
this page posts a whole bunch about just perspectives about what you think and how it aligns with the type of life you live in and stuff.
Yes.
And when they talk about dating, there are we all have our views on what dating should be. I think we actually kind of touched on that before.
Maybe.
I'm sure.
And
Sure.
yeah, and I mean like we all have our opinions, but then we have like our grand scheme of what we just think is right and what we think is good. And I started noticing this thing about like people being called pick-me's.
I don't know what that is. Somebody give me.
Yes.
Some
actually-
reference.
So Tati doesn't internet that much.
Yeah,
And basically, and I was telling Steve too when we talked over the phone that I usually see it geared towards women, that particular title. But I do notice that we do it to men too, but we don't usually say that. Well, I'm saying I never called anybody a pick me. Let's start there. But people usually say pick me to a woman if a woman is online being like, I just love basketball. Like, I don't even know, like something stupid, but like something that makes other women feel like you just saying that shit to get some attention or like, but no. More specifically, I'm not going to say that because I'm kind of, I think that I am doing it an injustice by kind of simplifying it when really I think that most women that say that mean it from a space of women who try to glorify themselves in the way that puts other women down. Specifically. Right. So it's not just I like what boys like. I like what boys like, and I'm not like those other girls. It's like that sort of thing where it's just like, I just can't believe y'all just cake your face with makeup every day. I just couldn't believe that I would not be able to just put on makeup every day. That's crazy. And it's just like, you think a nigga gonna think like, oh, she's a natural. Like, shut the fuck up. Like, you don't have to put other girls down. You don't have to put down what other girls do just to be like, I'm not the type of person who does this. You can just show and prove. Put your pictures up, girl. We know that's your skin. It's not a big deal. So that's what I think that people mean when they say pick me. It's not just this superficial, like, trying to get guys' attention. It's trying to get guys' attention by furthering the distance between themselves and other women. And it's like, now you're just being a cunt. You know?
Big cup.
Definitely. So do you like? And I personally feel like
Okay.
sometimes the words get, and I love the way you broke it down. I personally feel like sometimes that words get thrown around for gets thrown around for simple shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, it'll be because they post a lot of people's dating opinions, but it'll be something like a woman like, you know, I don't mind. Like the whole thing where I think they talk about where if you really want a woman, you want to say so, you gotta pay her rent or something like that.
Right.
And then, and it'll be like, oh, it'll be a woman be like, oh, I don't mind going 50-50 if that's
And
our
then the bitch will be
partnership.
like, look at this pick me, bitch. Shut the
Right.
fuck up. And it's just like,
yeah.
damn, maybe she just don't mind.
Right.
Like,
It's like an attack, you know?
Yeah.
Immediate attack.
that's true.
Yeah, and I think that it's so much put on like calling somebody a pick me if they don't personally, and I see it like you said, women, you know, coming at more women, but sometimes I feel like it almost feels like when a woman is actually okay with basking in femininity. Did I say it right? Femininity.
It's hard.
And then they're like,
I'm
right, you know, like when a woman is truly basking in pure femininity,
hard.
like I don't mind being
Yes.
under manly, and you know, as long as he, you know, does what he has to do, then I
Right.
don't mind doing what I have to do. We're making this like a cooperative effort.
What's so
And,
funny?
and they'll be like, look at this pick me
Right.
girl, be a boss. Like if she don't want to be a boss, she don't have to.
Exactly. I'm glad that you brought that up because I think that what we were talking about when I was saying that sometimes we portray ourselves online or portray our perspective a specific way online that's not really reflective of who we are in real life. And I say that because I can relate to that. I think that I have something in my brain that wants to do the opposite of what everybody else is doing. But sometimes I have to come within myself, which is why I meditate so much. Because if we really live our lives every single day on Twitter and on Instagram and on fucking TikTok, we will really lose sight of who we are. And I'm saying we, but I'm speaking for myself. But that's something though, because I used to be very anti just anything that appeared like domestic. Like, I need a man who knows that I'm a fucking Renaissance woman and all this, and that. But the older I get, and I don't even know if it's coming with age or if it's just coming with awareness, I do identify with women who want to be more feminine and want to be in a space where that is safe. And so I don't talk about shit like that online, but I do feel for women for just saying like, yeah, I actually would love to just cook and just clean up my fucking house and just have a nigga come home and like da-da-da. Like, I feel for those women because, right, like you said, right after she said that shit, bitches be like, that's pick me ass bitch, and bitches don't do this no more, and you don't know yourself, or da-da-da. And it's just like, some women are like that. And I think that it also is just a slap in our face as women to think that we have to choose one, and there's no in between. Because I'm all of those things. I am a boss ass bitch. I do take care of myself. I am interested in a lot of different things. But yeah, if I have a nigga that I love and who loves and takes care of me, those things also naturally come out of me as well. Like, I am extremely submissive, and I think that sometimes we get online and we don't create room for nuance.
Yeah.
That's my biggest issue with the internet ever. The fact that people make it seem like it has to be one thing or another. Like, with any topic, anything. I scroll on Twitter so much, and you'll see somebody being like, I don't even know, I can't even think of an example, but there's no room for nuance. There's no room for a couple of things or more than two things can be true at one time. And I think that's what's most frustrating to me.
The internet is exhausting because I'm
It's
just
exhausting.
listening to y'all like, what? Like, because like Breezory says, I don't internet that much. I'm not a very like active person. I don't be up on like new stuff. Like, I'm always like, wait, what's that, y'all? Like, y'all gotta tell me about this. Like, keep me up to date. So when people, like how you were saying you took a social media break, and like all my friends have like done that at different points in times, and I'm always like, I never do that. I've never had to take like a social media break, and I guess it's because I
you're not
don't
on
pay. Yeah, I guess because I never pay social media that much attention anyways. But when I hear stuff like that, like this new made up, you guys explained it to me and it still doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like this whole pick me thing, it's like you're just finding like some random label to call just other people's thoughts and opinions. So basically, and it's just like, I could imagine if you are very engulfed in social media in that world 24/7, that you would need a break, or you would have to have, you know, a very strong hold of like yourself and, you know, your ideas and your thoughts and stuff, because social media will have you like, you'll come back, some like 17-year-old girl will come back and be like, oh, like, am I a pick-me?
Right.
And like, and you
but
can't even.
the thing about words like that and titles like that is that they start with a pure intention. Like the women that started calling other women pick-me's, I feel like there's a reason for that and it makes sense. But what happens over time with all words and all labels and all trends is that the rest of the internet takes it and just regurgitates it without even knowing what the fuck they talking about. Yeah. Because I really do. I think that there's a reason for everything, and I'm a wordy person, so I love knowing like there's a word for that. Like because I could come in a room and be like, why is this bitch doing all of this? Because we in a room with these niggas. We was just in the car together, and she was saying like, yeah, I like A Tribe Called Quest too, and then she got in front of these niggas and was like, I only listen to Future. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I'm glad there's a word for that. I'm glad that I can be like, this pick me ass bitch. Da, da, da. Like, I like that. I'm
glad that I can be like.
No, because as a wordy person, I love that we're continuously expanding our language and that and it's cultural and like people know what you mean when you say it. Like, I love that. I love words in that way. But I don't like that, and it is just what it is, that the internet takes it and chews it up and spits it out as something that wasn't even what it was originally. Like, that's not even what we meant.
You know, and honestly, I think a lot of that, the people that give off that energy, is like some type of self-validation bullshit. I mean, I'm going to use this one guy, for example. It was a guy, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he went viral because he first went viral he was man-bashing. Is that a word or a phrase? Yeah, definitely. He was man-bashing, and then, long story short, they ended up finding out that he was cheating on his wife, too.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yes.
The dude was holding her hand.
The woman with the bonnet?
Yeah. Bonnet man.
What a day.
Yeah, bonnet man.
That was a wild day on the internet.
But she didn't deserve that. You know,
I don't know.
She set herself up.
I don't know.
That's the thing, and I don't
strange,
like. This is another thing that I don't like. This is another thing that I don't like about the internet, because it gives us permission to like talk about things when we don't know the whole story. Because I was just about to say she set herself up for that. Because why would you even get in front of the camera? We don't know what is going on in their household.
A lot. But
it was has to be, must be.
But that was my thing. Like I remember when I first watched one of his videos. That's Pick Me was probably what I was thinking, but not in that phrase. It's more like, why is this dude tearing other dudes down? Like, telling them, you
trying to look good for bitches, and it worked.
Trying to look good for them, making sales off of it, and then turn around doing the exact same shit for the people to other people. You know what I'm saying? I think that's disgusting, bro. Like, you're not living in your truth.
Exactly.
You selling lies. You know what I'm saying? You're helping to build other women up to think that you're like the only guy out here that is faithful or really believes.
Could you imagine? Could you imagine that's the allure that brought you to a nigga and you help him cheat on his wife? And that's why I can't. That's why I try to center myself and unbiased, because it's very easy to go either way. With bitches ain't shit, niggas ain't shit, men lie, women lie, all this stuff. It's very easy to like try to rest in one spot just to kind of make my case, because I am a person who predominantly dates men. So my brain wants to be like, let's talk about them, let's bash them, let's make them. But I can't, because I'm like, you bitches are also wild as well.
Right.
Like, everybody is. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
But that has nothing to do with it. I was about to be like, no, women are the worst, actually. No.
I don't think they're worse. I just think that I don't understand. But I also, as a human being, I get that everything has to exist. And I have to find comfort in that. Like, I have to rest in that thought that literally everything has to exist. So as much as it angers me or makes me irritated, like, why would you even have that thought, or why would you even do that? It has to exist, because especially now with as much access that we have, because this never happened in the back. We talking about our childhood. Take it even further to our parents' childhood. There was none of that. There was literally your own community and television. That's it, you know? So it's like, now we have so much access, and it's like the least we can do as human beings with this access is learn something. Right. So part of me is like, all of these things have to, that too, but part of me is like, all these things have to exist, because we got to think about, okay, like, why is that? We have to stretch our minds in some way. We can't let our brains just stay in this cyclical motion of just talking about something with very little information about it and then going on to the next thing. We have to do the due diligence of stretching our brains to being like, okay, can I empathize with this person? Why would she do that? Why would he do that? You know, instead of just letting it be like, yeah, that bitch wild as hell for, you know, I don't know.
Like, people don't, honestly, I just be feeling like sometimes people don't like to talk about shit.
No.
It's like, you even think back, like, or let's just say they don't like to do critical fucking thinking.
That's
Yeah, I'm
what
about
it
to say,
is.
no, people love talking about
Yeah,
stuff.
they don't like
But
that.
the critical thinking.
I
Yes.
remember when we was in school, I think it's probably maybe even grammar school, high school, it'd be like half the test is multiple choice.
Yeah.
Another third was like fill in the blank, and then they had the critical thinking questions.
Yeah.
And it would literally be people like, shit, as long as I get the multiple choice and fill in the blank right, I ain't shit. I'll bomb these other motherfuckers. I don't really
it's
care
like,
about, like.
You don't want
We
to
need
just
to
think.
exercise that part of your brain.
Yeah, it's like you don't want to just think. And
Yeah.
these are the people. And these are the people now. That's all
that
in the
is
fucking
them.
shade
They're
room
here.
comments.
They're
Like,
here.
they were literally leaving the questions fucking blank.
Yeah.
You said you're an educator, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. They still do the critical thinking? Or is that a thing?
I'm sure it is, but not my kids, not my group, because I'm with the babies.
okay.
Yeah, I'm with
Yeah.
preschoolers and stuff. So not with my kids, but I'm sure
No, they need
do.
it too. No, I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
they do. But no, that's
They'll be like, girl.
I feel like the people that actually took the time to take care of those questions and really critically think actually have good communication skills and know how to
Absolutely.
distinguish, logic from bullshit.
Exactly.
And know how to come to be solution oriented versus focusing on fucking issues all the
or
time.
just be realistic. And I think that the internet tries to not the internet, but the abyss that is the internet tries to make us believe that there is only one option in every scenario that we talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, and I've fallen victim to it too. We've had conversations on this podcast where it's like, no, like we've had some heated discussions on this podcast back in the back days. Not so much now because me and Tati are very like-minded. And so sometimes me and Tati are more so the type of people who are saying the same thing in different ways.
Right.
Like we're saying the same thing, but we're just thinking about it in a different way.
Okay, let's bring somebody who can really push some buttons.
And
down.
and shout out to her because me and her used to go at it. Okay, not me and Tati.
Oh.
Back in the back days, we used to go at it, and it's coming from a place of just really wanting to be right instead of us being like, how is it that we're both right? Like, how is it that both of the things that we're saying make sense? Or how is it that none of this shit makes sense? You know?
Right.
And it's not enough of that happening on
I
the
be
internet.
feeling like the opposite sometimes. Like the internet gives so many options. Like sometimes I feel like the more access that we've had to things, that there are so many different spaces for people to be, or so many different like I'm saying, like I'm just now hearing Pick Me. I never heard that in my life. And I
Yeah.
just feel like there are so many different things and so many different titles and labels that are getting thrown around that creates like more of the chaos.
But I think
too,
I mean in
especially
the
for people that
discourse.
still don't even fall into the options that you're giving.
Yeah, but I don't think I mean like labels as people. I think I mean in the discourse of just anything. Like the internet makes you feel like you're either right or you're wrong, and that's it. Like anything that we're talking about, we get online and be like, if a nigga say like, damn, I just slammed. I just put hella sugar in my grits and slammed. They're going to knock his fucking head
they
off.
gonna dog
Like
him.
digitally. They're going to be like, it's giving poverty, sugar in your grits.
Yeah,
And we've had
Yeah.
that conversation in my kitchen. And
yeah,
it's
people
it's
are
fine.
heated.
But like,
it was a
Screaming at
deep
each other.
conversation.
but it's
yeah.
and I think that imagine that though in
Right.
times 1,000, 2,000 people coming to one person, like something as minuscule and stupid as fucking grits.
Yeah.
People are under there and being like, you making assumptions now, like
Yeah, like-
oh, your grandma not from the South because like like they just be saying anything
Dumb
to each other.
stuff.
Like,
What you in a one-parent home?
Anything.
Ridiculous stuff.
Now, what you from a one parent?
What does that have to
Anything.
do with
It's like
anything
literally
that?
like
Your
I
mama
swear to
didn't have
God.
time to cook for you.
I guarantee you, go down Twitter and see anything with 4,000 likes and just scroll down the comments. People will
I do.
say
Anything.
anything.
I do.
And it's like, bro, you
I scroll
couldn't
down the
just-
comments and look at everything.
Like, we've joked
But
around.
I'm also one of those people that I'm fine with that. Like, I don't mind that the internet is that type of place. Only because
That's because
I think
that's never happened to you, Tati.
I was gonna
Because
say that
when-
as
the one
well.
time I got
Also-
dragged, I'm like, are y'all dead ass?
Like
In my
also,
fucking
yeah, I'm like
comments
also
about
I'm
this?
not very popular or I'm not like famous, so I don't like say one small thing and then it just gets blown out of proportion and like taken out of hand, or I'm like, oh, like you took that out of context, or that's not what I meant. Like, but when I am on the internet, I just feel like I don't know, I look at the internet as foolishness. So it's
You
kind
have
of
to.
like, so it's like I expect it or I expect it to be that way. So when you choose to engage on it, I feel like you have to be prepared for like the negative that can come with the positive, and you just have to hope and be aware that it's gonna be more positive than it is negative, or the type of person that's not gonna care regardless. And you can be one of those people that's like, you know, the all press is good press.
But I do think it's interesting though, because I think that of that culture though breeds so many different types of people. Because you have people that are like, I'm about to say something wild as fuck just for the attention, and it's like, we're talking about real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially in the world that we live in and everything that's been going on, we also have to be cognizant and aware of like, hey, like, can we all agree on a line? And the answer is no, we can't. You know? So like something that I feel like is not a joke or like not anything to play with, you can find that too. You can find somebody online just making light of certain things. And it's just like, I think that the culture just breeds so much, and it's like, it's meant for chaos.
Yeah, you can't control it. No. Like, you can't control it. Like, it's a beast on its own, and it's kind of like you just have to, you have to get in where you fit in. You have to like use it when you can, and then accept it for like what it is, like when you can't, like, because you can't. We need the internet. We're also in a space and time where we need it. So Absolutely. We can't, you know, if we had our choice, you know, I wouldn't choose for it to not be. I wouldn't choose for social media to not be there. So it's kind of like you have to just learn to find a way to make it work for you, and then not pay attention when it's not working for you.
But with that, it's like those that kind of indulge in it too much, it almost presents like a level of conformity too. Because like there isn't like a thing where it's promoting a whole bunch of individualism. That pick me or whatever people are saying in those comments, and they're like, hey, I don't mind cooking for my man and spoiling my man as long as he's loyal. Or if it's somebody like, I'm well off, he ain't even got to pay a bill. Okay, well, that's her business. Big ups, sis. You know what I'm saying? Like, do your thing. But it's always somebody trying to point a finger or do some extra stuff to get a point across. Like, I follow that dude, Dr. Umar Johnson. And
not that dude.
That guy. Shout out to hey, shout out to Umar Johnson.
He's
man. I love how he claims himself as the biggest Pan-Africanist, and he might be of this time
of our generation.
I love him, man. Some people got him heated the other day because you said I love him.
I said, didn't you just say that? What did you just say? Yeah, you said you love him.
Yeah, I mean, I love what he's trying to, the overall agenda of what he's trying to do when it comes to self-awareness. And say aloud, I'm black and I'm proud, and like really embracing your ancestral roots as an African American.
You gotta sift through it, but it's in there.
Yeah,
you gotta sift through it, but it's there.
We got there
for real.
But no, like even it's just always something. Like I think that some people filmed him talking to like a white woman, and he was heated. I'm talking. He made posts about it, talking about these Snow Bunny alumni, beta male Negroes. He was going in. He was like, yes, he went in.
All those words ready.
Hey, he went in. I mean,
he was so loud that like I can't hear him. Like, and that's really how I feel about him. Like it's so much and it's so radical and so chaotic that I'm like, I don't know what you just said. I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't know what you just said. I just need you to relax.
I understand that.
I don't follow Dr. Umar, but I do follow Dr. Umar out of context on Twitter, and it's fucking hilarious. It'll make your day. It's hilarious.
Yeah, really he's entertaining. Kente Cloth vibes. For sure.
He's
Kente Cloth vibes for sure.
Like, you know. How are you on live and seeing people come in and you saying this is an African only live? And he repeats everything 3 times.
Yeah, he does.
This is an African. It's comedy.
I did not know
great.
that.
Yeah, he is. Man, he is very funny. I mean, and because I know who I am as a person, I embrace my ancestral roots and my family heritage. I think that it's just kind of comical.
It is.
I love myself. I love my family. I love being black. You know, I root for everybody black. But to see somebody that's like, I'm rooting harder for my black people. What are you doing as a black man? It's like,
it's so funny.
Bro, I'm doing my thing. Like,
dishes currently, but I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
What you want
I'm
me to do?
I'm going to go to sleep after that.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know what you want me to do.
That's so funny that you say he's so loud.
But that's how my daddy acts. Yeah, like, that's like the militant. I think I find it funny because it's also familiar. Like, my dad is like real militant like that.
Like, being black.
But also, y'all know. If you know who he laid down with. But so I just think it's just all jokes. It's all funny, and I think that life has a way. We're not even talking about this, but I think that life has a way of always showing us like you're wrong and that's okay. Because life just kind of falls into place. We're not meant to stick to this straight and like whatever we decided. Like this is it. Like life is not even gonna let us do that. And I think that the way that some of those things come about is just very funny.
Yeah.
I do think that it's just there's beauty in individualism though.
Absolutely.
And that's one thing that I always appreciate about you all too is that we always have our own perspectives and it's certain things are
we
funny,
walk our
certain things are
different
real,
paths.
some things are right. Yeah, and but there's no right or wrong path. It's
Yeah,
your
exactly.
path. It's your
It
lane,
is.
And
Yeah.
I think
That's
that
how you
a lot
describe
of times,
us.
we get caught up
That's how
in
you describe us.
what we're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And, that's what social media does. Like, you should be here. You should be doing this. Or I'm winning and y'all niggas losing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'm up
That's
and
really
it's up. Or
disheartening.
just whatever. Or
Y'all
I'm
got a
effing
PPP and
F.
didn't get an LLC.
Right.
That's crazy. Like, come on.
I'm effing F. Or,
Right.
even though that
yeah.
song is a little catchy, but
It's
it's still like,
It's
good.
very catchy.
That is
It's very
good.
catchy.
I'll be with my female friends like, let's go.
You know that song, right, Tati?
Nope.
I knew it. She didn't know.
It's okay.
Oh, you don't know it? Oh, you don't. Yeah,
It's
you
okay.
I'll play it
Or
for
unless
you.
I just don't know the name.
That's what it is. You don't know
Yeah,
the name.
I
You
might
heard it
know the
before.
song.
I'll
Yeah.
play it for you.
Fuck, nigga, free. That mean I ain't gotta worry about no
Nope.
fuck,
Who's
nigga,
this by?
cheat.
Yeah.
And I'm SINGLE again. I saw hanging out the window with my ratchet ass friends.
You
Let's
know
go.
word for word. Talking about I'll be with my female friends. Like, no, this is
No.
your shit. You play this by yourself.
I've never played that by myself.
No,
Right
shout
now,
out to
God.
that
I'm about to
yo.
start.
I think her name is Glow something. I'm sorry, I don't want to mess up your name, but shout out to you.
Like Gloria. I think that's her name, Gloria.
I don't think it's Gloria. Are you dead
I think
ass?
it's Gloria.
I think her
I think
name.
that's what
I
she
think it's
call
like Glow something like a.
It's Gloria.
nickname.
Like a Flow Rider kind of thing?
No, Gloria.
Like a Flow Rider
Like
kind of
Gloria.
thing.
Split up.
You mean like Glow Rider? I'm
no,
crying.
like Gloria. Like,
But
I don't know.
Whatever your name is, young miss, love you to death. You got you one.
Yeah, let's
Literally.
go.
Y'all send me all the songs that I should know.
Okay, good. I
I
will.
will.
I don't
No, I
know
will. I'm
none
gonna
of
send you all my favorite
I'm gonna
songs.
sing you all my favorite songs.
Cause I've been out.
Okay.
Okay, we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
Let's move
Yeah.
on.
I think that my biggest thing, whether you FNF
Right.
or you pick me
Or
or
you
whatever, like just you're an
Blackstone.
individual, yeah, or you a Pan Africanist to the core.
Word.
I think that it's just be what you are and
All will.
embrace that shit, and don't let the internet try to make you feel any less than. Like, what's working for you is gonna work
Right.
for you, and you should be conscious enough to see if it's working for you and
Yes.
gravitating what you want in life to come to you, or if you just fucking repelling everything because you're busy being a fucking idiot.
Word.
You know, or following what everybody else is telling you that you shouldn't be doing because they're projecting, deflecting, or
Their own shit.
misdirecting.
Yes.
Yes.
You have to understand that everybody is on. No one can speak from your perspective. So why are you think about that? If I'm just spewing out to you advice, I'm only talking from my own scope of what I know about myself and my experience. So I cannot tell you your scope, your experience. I can't do that for you. So it's really important. I think that when we're using the internet, I really think that we should all make it a habit to practice the pause, which is what I've been doing, especially because it's so easy to see something and be like immediately appalled, like immediately like outraged. And I be having to stop. And one thing about me, I always say this is an Aquarius thing. I don't know if all Aquarians share this, Marsh, but I will not ever put myself on purpose in a space of embarrassment or shame in any type of way. And I do think that shame and embarrassment is healthy, but I will never on purpose do that. So I always think, I usually am just in my own little world by myself, like cursing out whoever on Twitter. I'm never about to get on Twitter and be like, well, I think like if I do that, y'all know I really thought about it. Like
Right.
I gave it some thought, because I don't think that any of us should just spew so quickly, and it's so easy to. We're always on our phones, especially the younger we get, like people who are younger than us. Just pause. Ask yourself, do I really care about this?
Yeah.
Or better yet, ask yourself, if I come in here and I give this person a rebuttal and it's a disagreement or whatever to what they're saying, now what?
Yeah.
And if it's worth it to you to just say it for the sake of saying it, then go off. But
I've done
it don't
that
be
twice in
mattering.
my life. Like, actually took the time out to
Yeah,
say
we
something
were
to
on the phone,
somebody.
I feel like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably
I remember
each of those
exactly.
times.
Yep.
Yep. It's always usually like around like gay rights or something like that in
Right.
that realm, and me seeing somebody say something ignorant, and I'd be like, I'm not standing for that shit.
Yeah.
and then like I'll say something, but after I say it, I always just like delete that person.
It's time to party.
I've always just
Let's
removed that
go.
person. So I
Exactly.
the conversation never gets continued. Like
Yeah.
I always say what I'm gonna say, and then like that's the end of it. Because the biggest thing that grinds my gears in the world is watching people argue on the internet
Yeah.
and watching each person be like, but I'm not about to go back and forth with you.
Right.
and then you
best.
watching them go back and forth and just keep going like, well, I'm done. Like, and I'm not gonna keep doing this with you. Or you could be childish, and then y'all just keep saying it over and over. Like, I cannot handle that. So when I say something, I just be like, and now you're deleted, you're off my page. Like, I don't never see it again. Like, I said what I said, and that's it.
Honestly, it's really
Yeah.
good that that's only happened to me a couple of times where like someone has said something to me online where I could argue with them. But I'm a really good troll. I'm not ever about to seriously argue with you, especially when I said what I said. I'm not gonna reiterate or be like, well, what I meant is this. I'm literally just gonna call your mama whore or like say like
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I'm just gonna be like say something really stupid to you. That's what I do. If y'all check the comments on our YouTube, especially it's starting to clear out and get better because we have gained new people who care and love us. But there was a time and space. Y'all know the video where the bitches was calling us mad and fat and all of this stuff.
So
and I'm just
ridiculous.
like, literally, I would be like, did you get paid to comment on my shit? Because I did.
Well, I know that's right.
Like, so I would just be doing stuff
Talking
like
about
that. I would just troll.
Everything.
I didn't even care.
They still get under, but you don't be on there. If you was
Like-
on there like reading it, like I was every day, like literally
Y'all
every
would
day
tell me,
that I go to upload
and I
shit,
would
it's
be
just like a
like,
new
"That's
notification.
crazy."
And I, as a creator, to see a notification, it's like, yay, like people care. And then it's a bitch calling me a fat bitch who's mad. I'm like, damn, fuck you,
What?
hoe.
Whore?
Talk about homework.
But yeah, sometimes you just gotta troll, and you also gotta know that nobody is well. Like, have you seen Earth? We're not
Or
okay.
you gotta do what Drake did. You seen like what
Oh
they-
yes,
when-
yes.
Gotta do it.
I would be so. I would be. Talk about
I feel like he
embarrassment.
handled that so like
He did
perfectly.
great. Those two as a couple, neither of them are a me, because I would have been like, literally, don't say another fucking thing. And they kind of like rode that wave, and I just thought that was so like
Yeah,
cringe and lame.
I never saw the dude, but I saw the girl like you know when somebody's trying to like
Not
trying
Drake,
to get attention,
not
but
Drake.
acting like they're
Right,
not
like
trying
not
to get their
Drake,
attention.
trying to-
Yeah, because like she would tag him and everything and be like, "LOL, like as Champagne Poppy's following me now because of my like," and she would keep posting
And as your
stuff like
husband,
that.
I would be like, okay, you're gonna get this out of your system or what? Like, you want to go?
Yeah,
fuck?
like
what's
what are you
going on?
doing?
Exactly.
That would
Or
annoy
like
me.
I would have had a conversation with my husband and been like, look, and like I would just actually like I'm just gonna let you know that like I'm gonna DM Drake just to
I'm
say that
serious-
I DM Drake. Like I'm not gonna do anything with Drake. Like I'm not about to go kick it and meet up, but I'm saying like for the sake of it, like it's Drake, my nigga. I'm gonna say hi. like you have to be comfortable with that.
I don't think I would do. I'm sorry. I don't think I would do that. Like if this is a nigga telling my husband like your girl look like she need. Like whatever she said, like he needs
Need
some
some attention, some
excitement in her life.
excitement.
I would never do that. I would never give that man. I don't give a fuck who he is. I don't give a fuck if he's. I don't give a fuck. I would never give him the satisfaction of like, yeah, I kind of do. My husband.
Wow.
No, not yeah, I kind of do.
No, but like that's what that would be giving if I said like, "Oh, hey Drake, thanks for the follow." Like, ha ha ha, y'all are so fun. Like anything that she said is too much because
No,
that's your fucking husband. Like, stand up, stand
Hey,
up.
real quick, and then just thinking about like following people and stuff. I think I seen somebody post like, "What do you think is like an unprescribed mental illness?" I think that it's literally a fucking mental illness to want to follow somebody just for them to follow you and then unfollow them. Like that shit is lame as fuck.
That's a thing.
It is like because you know I'm a social person, so I'll meet
For
people
sure.
and I'm like, oh okay, follow me
Yeah.
because I'm not really big on giving out my number that much.
All right.
So it's like we'll follow each other and then like I'll see a post about, oh I ain't seen this person in a minute, huh? That's interesting. And I go to their thing just randomly, oh they unfollow me, ain't that some shit? I'm gonna follow your ass
Right.
back. Like
Right.
it's like people do.
They
that,
want to see
like-
their followers list like striving.
Which goes back to that's their fucking,
Yeah, that's weird.
That's their identity. Is like how many likes you got, and if you didn't get a lot of likes, you want to hide how many you got. And
Oh, God.
it's just a lot of shit. Like you recreate yourself. If that's what floats your boat, that's cool. I'm just glad that none of my close people do it because I'm the type of friend. I'm like, bro,
I'm gonna
what
look
are
at you
doing?
like,
that's lame, bro.
Oh, you were goofy.
We're 30. Like, you dead
Exactly.
ass. Like
Yeah.
if any of y'all was sitting next to me and was like, I just followed this person, but I'm finna unfollow them because I just needed the follow. I would be like, seriously?
Don't think like that.
Does it come with, like, a voucher for your bills, too?
Exactly.
Like why
Yeah.
would you do, like, why?
I do have one question for y'all though.
Please.
Like when I talk about like unprescribed mental illness, can y'all like go around and say what y'all think would be like an unprescribed mental illness? That was just one of mine, you know. But it's just the people be tweaking.
I
though.
had to think about that.
And
What's
it's
up
like-
with
Yeah.
prescribed mental illness?
For me, I know that this is very natural, so I'm not saying this like because we all do it. But to me, it is giving attention to something that you don't like past the point of declaring that you don't like it. So like as soon as you say like I hate this song, but then you keep saying or keep giving attention to like that's we all do it to an extent. But I'm always like, why do you keep giving attention to something that you don't like? And that's why that's something that I hate about the internet too. When
Right.
somebody gets online, I don't know if y'all seen that dude who was like, can y'all, he was basically saying like, just because I didn't grow up in the hood, like, oh, y'all are jealous because I grew up in a $500,000 house or whatever the fuck he was saying. But all these people kept making replies and like stitching his video. I'm like, why would y'all even give attention to this young
Yeah,
man?
exactly.
It's just annoying. And I hate that there are people on earth who are so like smug that they don't care what you said back. They don't care to be educated. They just care that you gave them some more attention. And I'm like, could y'all just stop? And these white girls and these white girls wearing box braids and stuff, can y'all just fucking stop putting them online? Like, could y'all stop retweeting and being like, no, this bitch didn't, or we can just ignore them? Like, can we all just collect? That is my dream, y'all. Can we just all collectively ignore, especially white people? Can we just ignore them? Please. That's mine.
Agreed. I don't know.
Yeah, that's hard.
That's a really hard one. Let
When
me.
you just think about like, dude, like something is wrong with you. Like, why
Like,
would you
why are you
even
doing
okay
that?
with doing that? Like, and kind of like lying.
I feel like something that Tati would say, something that we've had conversations about, is like friends who would like fuck with or date someone who they friend, like their close friend, been with.
Oh, yeah. That's one because I definitely stand very firm on that.
Right.
Like anytime it comes to, it ain't even just friends. Like when it just comes to something that I just feel like is uncomfortable or like unnecessary. Like when we talked about the girls from Housewives,
Portia.
Portia.
yeah, Portia and
I forgot
whoever
that
the
girl's
other
name.
lady was. That was Atlanta. That's Atlanta, right?
Yeah, that's
I
Atlanta.
believe so.
Atlanta,
Yeah, it is.
and how like one of the I don't think she was an actual castmate. Was she an
No.
actual
No, she
castmate?
But the way that they painted it was like
But-
she was a friend of the show.
right,
They
like
had been at
she
each other's houses.
she was. It seemed like she was about to become a castmate. Like they were like working on it or something. But she was on there with her husband, and then one of the actual castmates ended up with her husband like
Yeah.
later, and they were still married. They hadn't like officially divorced. They had been on the show like kikiing at the
Yeah.
girl's house and everything, and it was like, I'm sure y'all are not the best of friends, but you're coworkers. Like this is
Yeah.
weird. This is strange. So yes, that is a mental illness. People that don't see anything wrong with that.
Yeah.
That don't see the weirdness.
Dang, I really am struggling, y'all.
Let me think of what yours
Sometimes
would
I think
be,
about
something that
just
you
the
hate.
shade room, just a mental illness.
Yeah, you said people
Just
on
the shade room in general.
Yeah.
Like I had to unfollow it.
I
I
agree.
had to get off of.
Oh, no, I'm
I
all
didn't
for the
want
shade
them.
room.
I don't know.
I
It's-
do not support that.
The culture they
I
bring to
support
their
them.
page is just it'd be weird. It'd be weird. And
I
I
can't
support them.
support it.
I follow Shade Room like they like ABC News or something. Like I do.
Yeah, but
Like when stuff
like
be
a
happening.
reputable news
Like
source?
when stuff be happening,
Wow.
and then like I'll be like,
I mean,
Shade
outside
Room
of
ain't posted yet, so-
outside of world news, just
Not
their
like-
social media,
not like
stuff,
in, like,
the
politics
girls and the
and stuff.
couples and the like. Just the,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just I don't know.
yeah,
The
not
comments
like,
be just
I would call it
crazy.
a mental illness, the people that be in the shade room's comments.
what
Especially
I
the way
mean.
that they talk, because like the shade room only posts, the shade room isn't posting about themselves. They're posting
Right.
about celebrities. And it's like, Do you think that Drake is looking at this like you're going off on Drake in the Shade Room's comments?
In the
It's
Shade
like,
Room's comments.
What do y'all?
It do be the comments.
It's
But
'cause there's so
sometimes
many
they're
people
funny.
in them.
Yeah, sometimes
Yeah.
they be funny. But I was becoming, like, it was a lot on my timeline. And I was
Yeah,
having to get
they
rid of
do
it.
post a lot too.
Yeah.
It can be very irritating. I
Yeah.
just like
I
them. I
cannot
like those
with the
random
shit.
people that post the same shit. Like, is anybody else high as fuck right now? Like, you know,
I love
and then,
that.
like,
Mental
that one guy, he
illness.
comments that on under
Yeah.
everybody.
I love that.
What like really drives me crazy, even though I know a lot of people have like enjoyed these pictures, but the men, like the game, that like intentionally like post pictures of themselves, like when like their print is out,
yeah.
like where it's very obvious.
print.
Yeah, they like showing
yeah,
their
Shorts. What you do?
yeah, like with the
No,
In
just
their
any sweats.
underwear.
yeah, like in
Jeans,
underwear or
underwear.
sweatpants or like working out or anything, and they post a picture like it's not about that. Like they'll post a regular like it's just a selfie.
Went hard
yeah.
Like
today.
yeah, like
It's a
like
thirst
ooh,
trap. It's a thirst trap.
sun is shining today on me,
Right.
and then like the Shade Room be someone that likes, and they act like they didn't know, but it'll be clear as day, full
Thirst trap.
print.
I mean, thirst trapping, is that kind of like a mental thing?
No,
Not no.
y'all are my close friends. Y'all just wait. I don't
No, I
know.
don't think so.
We gotta have a spicy episode. I'm ready for it. It's been too long.
Okay.
A spicy
Let's wrap
episode?
this one up and let's
Yeah.
talk about that for a
Okay.
brief moment.
Okay.
Are you satisfied? Do you feel fulfilled?
I feel fulfilled.
Are you sure,
I'm so
Steve?
glad.
Okay.
Come back as much as you want.
Yeah, literally anytime, any place.
I want to just be able to jump into it when she's like, I'm Bree Stories, I'm A. Tatiana, I'm Steve
Oh,
Anthony.
wow.
Oh,
I'm
that's
trying to be
so
a cast
cute.
member. Okay, I see what's going on here.
A dream.
A dream. A dream.
I immediately turned into New York. You're a dreamer. You dream. Wait,
What the fuck?
wait.
That's a mental
Michael
illness.
knows how crazy that scene makes me because she was saying something so normal, and she was saying it like an insult. She said, "You're a dreamer. You dream a lot." Anyway,
TV.
and Boots was like, "No, I don't."
Making it an argument
Y'all
when
are
it wasn't
crazy.
even
Boots
that.
was so heated that she literally heard her say, "You dream in your sleep." She said, "No, I don't."
Y'all
Turn
are
this
crazy.
off. We're getting off. We're
Oh
getting
love
off.
New
my
York.
god! And then New York
I
talking
really
about
love
yes,
New
she
York.
do. Yes,
That's my. I really love New York.
New York is an
Yeah.
icon.
my
It-
I love New York.
that will bring tears to my
She's
my
the
eyes
best.
every time I think about it.
cool.
Okay,
And every
let's
time I
wrap this
see
up.
her, I'm always entertained.
Oh, she's hilarious. Okay. So that just. Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Please, Steve, tell them where they can find you. And if you follow Steve, you better keep following him. Don't
Right.
fucking unfollow
Yeah,
like a
Exactly.
I want to
weirdo.
follow your ass back.
Exactly. Just do it then.
It's but it is the THE Steve Anthony, not the Stevie or the Steven, but
You're
the
right.
Steve,
The Steve Anthony.
the Steve
Mm-hmm.
Anthony.
Anthony, that's my dad's middle name too.
Oh, that's fine.
Well, for the rest of us, you can find us at Away with Words, the podcast on Instagram, and you can find me there at Bree.stories and at Bree_stories on Twitter, and you can find at A_Tati on Instagram and at Hey Tati on Twitter. And you know, I'm not sure why you wouldn't be already, but you should just be following at MJM Kid and at Moments_Stu because that's where all the cool stuff really lives. Okay? We love y'all so much, and we'll see you next week. Everybody say bye.
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 Black and I'm proud.
GDK.
Oh.